The Baha'i faith originated in Persia, now Iran, in the mid-19th century. Baha'u'llah, which means the glory of God, is the founder of the Baha'i faith. He was born in Tehran in 1817 into a prominent family. However, he spent his life caring for the poor. When the Bab proclaimed that the promised one was coming, Baha'u'llah knew that this was his path.
Wait, who's Bob?
It's actually the Bab. Bab means gate. He's the precursor to Baha'u'llah, as John the Baptist was to Christ. For Baha'is, though, the Bab is a manifestation of God, and he forms his own religion before Baha'u'llah. These two never met in person, but through writing they recognized each other. For his beliefs, Baha'u'llah was imprisoned and then exiled. First, he went to Baghdad. It was in Baghdad that before leaving, Baha'u'llah told his followers and those gathered in the Garden of Rezwan that he was the one promised by the Bab. From here, Baha'u'llah and his closest family continued their exile to Constantinople and then Adrianople. Here, he wrote to the rulers of the world to share his message with them. From Adrianople, the exile continued to the prison city of Akka, now in Israel. Baha'u'llah spent the rest of his life here. In his last years, he was allowed to move to a home in the villages surrounding Akka. His final resting place is in Baji, and is one of the places where Baha'is visit when on pilgrimage.
So what does it mean to be Baha'i?
Baha'is come from all nationalities and backgrounds. Baha'is believe in the covenant of Baha'u'llah. Important to Baha'is in their daily lives are prayer, work, and service. Baha'is strive to live a life of virtue and often try to follow the example of Abdul-Baha, the son of Baha'u'llah. Abdul-Baha once said, "To be a Baha'i simply means to love all the world, to love humanity, and try to serve it, to work for universal peace and universal brotherhood." Baha'is also try to follow Baha'i laws, such as saying the daily obligatory prayer and reading the writings twice daily, fasting for one Baha'i month, abstaining from drinking alcohol, and doing drugs, among other laws.
What's a Baha'i month?
A Baha'i month is 19 days, and there are 19 months in a year. Baha'is work to create a united and just world, the one Baha'u'llah reveals through his message. Baha'is are engaged in community-building endeavors to strengthen the spiritual character of their communities worldwide and to enhance the material well-being of all.
What are important symbols of Baha'i faith?
There are 3 important symbols in Baha'i faith. One important symbol is the 9-pointed star. 9 is an important number in Baha'i faith. It symbolizes completeness. Another important symbol is the greatest holy name. This is the writing of Ya Baha'u'llah Ba in Arabic, which means O Glory of Glories, and is an invocation often used by Baha'is. When Baha'is have this in their home, they put it on the wall facing the Qibli, which is the direction of prayer. For Baha'is, the Qibli is Baji. There is also the ringstone symbol, which symbolizes the covenant of Baha'u'llah, or link between God, his manifestations, and humanity.
Where do Baha'is pray?
Baha'is have no churches or temples. They often hold their gatherings and pray in community centers or in the homes of the Baha'is. Each continent has a house of worship that is open to believers of all faiths. Baha'i pilgrimage consists of going to Haifa, Akka, and Baji in Israel. When in Haifa, they visit the shrine of the Bab and the Baha'i World Center. When in Akka, they visit the prison, and in Baji, the resting place of Baha'u'llah.
Created using Powtoon.